हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, वेलकम टू आवर चैनल पैसिफिक आईएएस। तो हमारे इस चैनल पैसिफिक आईएएस में आपका स्वागत है। तो आज की क्लास में हम लोग डिस्कस करने वाले हैं इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन के बारे में। हमारे प्रीवियस लेक्चर्स में हम लोगों ने नियोलिथिक एज तक डिस्कस किया था। अब हम लोग इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन के बारे में डिस्कस करेंगे। तो इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन, इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन का जिक्र, ओके, वी डिस्कस्ड अबाउट इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन ड्यूरिंग आवर प्रीवियस लेक्चर्स ऑन इम्पैक्ट ऑफ ज्योग्राफी ऑन हिस्ट्री। ओके, जब हम लोग ज्योग्राफी का इम्पैक्ट कैसे होता है हिस्ट्री के ऊपर, जब हम लोग वो टॉपिक डिस्कस कर रहे थे, वी डिस्कस्ड अबाउट इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन एज एन एग्जाम्पल ऑफ द रोल ऑफ रिवर्स इन हेल्पिंग अ सिविलाइजेशन टू फ्लरिश। रिवर्स का क्या रोल होता है सिविलाइजेशन फ्लरिश करने में, उसके एक एग्जाम्पल के तौर पे हम लोगों ने इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन को डिस्कस किया था। सो इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन, एज द नेम सजेस्ट, अ सिविलाइजेशन which flourished on the banks of the river Indus and its tributaries, it is known as Indus Valley Civilization. इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन को हरप्पन सिविलाइजेशन भी कहा जाता है। ओके, इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन, it is also known as Harappan civilization. Why is Indus Valley civilization known as Harappan civilization? इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन को हरप्पन सिविलाइजेशन क्यों कहा जाता है? क्योंकि जो इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन की फर्स्ट साइट थी, ओके, वो हरप्पा थी। ओके, हरप्पा was the first site of Indus Valley civilization. So that is the reason why Indus Valley civilization is known as Harappan civilization. And the name Harappan civilization, it was given by John Marshall. John Marshall ने इन ये civilization का नाम हरप्पन civilization दिया पहले। तो बाद में जैसे जैसे न्यू डिस्कवरीज हुई, न्यू साइट्स डिस्कवर की गई, तब ये देखा कि जो भी अर्ली साइट्स थे इंडस वैली, जो भी अर्ली साइट्स थे इस पर्टिकुलर सिविलाइजेशन के, वो इंडस रिवर और उसके ट्रिब्यूटरीज के आसपास थे। इसीलिए ये सिविलाइजेशन को इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन या हरप्पन सिविलाइजेशन भी कहा जाता है। ओके, इसके अलावा देयर इज अ डिबेट, ओके, देयर इज अ डिबेट रिगार्डिंग इट्स नॉमेनक्लेचर। ये डिबेट क्या है? सी, मैंने बताया था कि अर्ली जो इंडस वैली साइट्स थे वो हरप्पन रिवर के, सॉरी, इंडस वैली रिवर के, इंडस के आसपास थे। ओके, द अर्ली साइट्स ऑफ इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन, दे वर इन एंड अराउंड द इंडस रिवर। आगे जाके हम लोगों ने ये देखा कि मेजॉरिटी ऑफ द साइट्स ऑफ इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन, दे आर नॉट प्रेजेंट ऑन द बैंक्स ऑफ द रिवर इंडस, दे आर प्रेजेंट अलॉन्ग द बैंक्स ऑफ द रिवर घग्गर एंड हाकरा। तो घग्गर एंड हाकरा रिवर सिस्टम के आसपास हम लोगों ने मेजॉरिटी ऑफ द साइट्स डिस्कवर की, क्योंकि मोर देन 1500 साइट्स इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन की, मोर देन 1500 साइट्स हैव बीन डिस्कवर्ड एंड मेजॉरिटी ऑफ द साइट्स दे आर प्रेजेंट नॉट ऑन द बैंक्स ऑफ द रिवर इंडस बट along the Ghaggar and Hakra river. So why not call it as Ghaggar and Hakra Valley civilization? This Ghaggar and Hakra Valley river, it is nothing but a remain of ancient Saraswati river. Okay, ancient Saraswati river जो थी उसका एक रिमेन ही घग्गर हाकरा रिवर है, जो अब ड्राइड है, ड्राई हो गई है। वी डोंट हैव एनी घग्गर हाकरा रिवर नाउ, इट इज ड्राइड अप, बट इट इज अ रिमेन ऑफ सरस्वती रिवर। सो दैट इज द रीजन वाई नाउ द हिस्टोरियंस आर कॉलिंग दिस पर्टिकुलर सिविलाइजेशन नॉट एज इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन बट एज सिंधु सरस्वती सिविलाइजेशन। इस सिविलाइजेशन का नाम अब है हिंदू सरस्वती सिविलाइजेशन। आपके नई एनसीईआरटीज में भी ये नाम अपडेट किया गया है। ओके, सिंधु सरस्वती civilization, it is a new name of Indus Valley civilization. Then, so see, Indus Valley civilization, it is one of the ancient civilizations. Okay, Indus Valley civilization, it is one of the ancient civilizations and it is the most advanced civilization. ये एक one of the ancient civilization ही नहीं है, ये एक बहुत ही एडवांस्ड सिविलाइजेशन भी है। क्यों एडवांस्ड है? वाई डू वी कॉल इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन एज एन एडवांस्ड सिविलाइजेशन? बिकॉज फॉर इट्स town planning. Indus civilization, it is known for its town planning and then for its drainage system, for its trade relations with other civilization, and for its script. It had its own script. So these are some of the reasons for which Indus Valley civilization, and it was also an urban civilization. Okay, it was an urban civilization. It is known for its town planning. It is known for its drainage system, and it is known for its water harvesting and water management system. Then it is known for its trade and commerce, and even it had its own script. So when you consider all these things, then we can say Indus Valley civilization was not only an ancient civilization, but it was also one of the advanced civilization. So what were the other contemporary civilizations? दूसरे कौन से civilizations थे जो contemporary थे Indus Valley civilization के? So दूसरे civilization जैसे कि आप देख सकते हैं, this along the banks of the river Nile we had Egyptian civilization. Then along the banks of the river Euphrates and Tigris we had Mesopotamian civilization. And along the banks of the river Yellow River, okay, along the banks of the river Huang Ho or Yellow River, we had Chinese civilization. We will consider, okay, we will confine ourselves to the study of Indus Valley civilization because this is part of our syllabus and we have to stick to our syllabus. हम लोग Indus Valley civilization के बारे में ही discuss करेंगे. तो ये रहा some of the ancient civilizations. And see, मैं आपको ये बात भी बता दूँ, Indus people, they had good trade relations with Mesopotamia and Egypt. Indus people, they had good trade relations with Mesopotamian and Egyptian civilization. How do we know that? हमको कैसे पता चला कि Indus people, they had trade relations with Mesopotamia and Egypt? Because the Indus seals, we'll discuss about them in our next slides. Indus के जो seals थे वो हमें Mesopotamia और Egypt में मिली हैं और Mesopotamian seals हमको इंडिया में मिली हैं. तो इससे हम और in Mesopotamian scriptures and inscriptions, India has been mentioned as Meluha. Okay, India has been mentioned as Meluha in the Mesopotamian scriptures. So from that we can confer that India had good trade relations with Mesopotamia and Egypt. So this is the map of important Indus Valley sites. So when you talk about the border areas, okay, border areas of Indus Valley civilization, we have to see the northernmost side, the southernmost side, the westernmost and the easternmost side. In the north, the northernmost site we have Manda, which is in Jammu and Kashmir, and it is present on the banks of the river Chenab. Okay, Manda, it is a very important site which is present in Jammu and Kashmir, and it is on the banks of the river Chenab. Then in the east we have Alamgirpur, which is present in Uttar Pradesh along the banks of the river Hind. Here in the west we have Sukta Jendor in the Baluchistan province of Pakistan, and this is present along the banks of the river Dasht. In the south we have Daimabad, which is present in Maharashtra along the banks of the river Pravar. See, why I am teaching you these sites and borders is that in Indus Valley civilization, we have seen in the prelims examination, they usually ask you question on the location of sites and the rivers flowing near those sites. Okay, so that is the reason why you have to remember the location of some of the important sites, the rivers which are flowing, and even the important features of those sites. Okay, so this was about the boundary or the borders of the Indus Valley civilization. Next we will discuss about the debate regarding its origin. We discussed about the debate regarding its nomenclature, right? We discussed about the debate regarding its nomenclature. Now we will discuss about the debate regarding its origin. So when it comes to origin of Indus Valley Civilization, there are many debates, and those debates we can categorize them and put them into three different compartments. One is foreign invasion, and one is a compromise theory, and next is pre-proto-Harappan culture. Okay. First we'll discuss about the foreign invasions. So many historians, especially the British historians, they supported this theory that the Indus Valley people, they were foreigners. They were not native Indians, they were foreigners. They came to India, they settled here, they invaded India, they settled down here, and they developed this advanced civilization called Indus Valley Civilization. Why do you think they supported this theory? The main reason is because the Britishers, they considered India as good for nothing. India किस चीज़ के भी लायक नहीं है, और इंडिया में तो इतना एडवांस्ड सिविलाइजेशन इंडियंस इसे डेवलप ही नहीं कर सकते. इंडियंस कांट डेवलप सच अ ग्रेट एंड एडवांस्ड सिविलाइजेशन. सो डेफिनेटली द फॉरेनर्स might have come to India and they might have developed this civilization. That was the theory of some of the historians. तो थोड़े historians ये कहते थे कि जो भी इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन डेवलप हुआ है वो फॉरेन इन्वेडर्स का कंट्रीब्यूशन है. फॉरेन से लोग आए थे, इधर सेटल हुए, और उन्होंने ये इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन को डेवलप किया है. देन वी हैव अनदर थ्योरी कॉल्ड अ कॉम्प्रोमाइज थ्योरी. और इस थ्योरी के हिसाब से ये कहा जाता है कि it was a result of contribution of both natives and foreigners. So इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन जो भी डेवलप हुआ वो नेटिव्स और फॉरेनर्स दोनों का कंट्रीब्यूशन हुआ है. और ये क्यों कहा जाता है, थोड़े हिस्टोरियंस ये क्यों कहते हैं, क्योंकि मैंने पिछले स्लाइड्स में आपको एक्सप्लेन किया था. इन अ प्रीवियस स्लाइड I told you that Indus people, they had good trade relations with Mesopotamia. Okay, Indus people, they had good relations with Mesopotamian civilization, and that is why Mesopotamian seals are found in Indus Valley sites, and Indus Valley seals are found in Mesopotamian sites. But there is a huge difference between these seals. Okay, both are using seals. Mesopotamian civilization also, people from Mesopotamian civilization used seals, and Indus Valley people also used seals. दोनों ने seals use किया, but दोनों के seals में बहुत ज़्यादा अंतर है. Okay, there's a lot of difference. Usually the Indus Valley seals, they were square or rectangle. Okay, mostly they were square and rectangles, and there were only few cylindrical seals. Okay, cylindrical seals वो बहुत कम थी, but majority of the Mesopotamian seals, they are cylindrical seals. Okay, Mesopotamian seals जो थी वो majorly cylindrical seals थी. और जो भी इधर इंडिया में हम लोगों ने देखा है कि मेसोपोटेमियन सील्स मिली है सम ऑफ द इंडस वैली साइट्स में. इस वजह से बिकॉज ऑफ द excavation of seals at the archaeological sites in Indus Valley civilization, some of the historians, they have said that because of the diffusion of ideas from the Mesopotamian civilization, people of Indus, they have got influenced and they have developed this civilization. तो इंडस वैली के लोग ट्रेड के लिए मेसोपोटेमिया जाते थे, और उधर से आइडियाज़ को लेके वो लोग इधर आके उन्होंने इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन को डेवलप किया. तो अगर सच में उधर के आइडियाज़ लेके आने के बाद इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन को डेवलप किया गया है, तो इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन इज वाई इज इट एडवांस्ड टू मेडिवल मेसोपोटेमियन सिविलाइजेशन. इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन के लोग अगर सच में वो लोगों ने मेसोपोटेमिया के आइडियाज़ ला के अपना सिविलाइजेशन डेवलप किया है, तो वो लोग क्यों मेसोपोटेमियन सिविलाइजेशन से भी आगे हैं. व्हेन इट कम्स टू टाउन प्लानिंग, इट्स स्क्रिप्ट, and when it comes to its trade and commerce and its drainage system, Mesopotamian civilization is way behind Indus Valley people. So this theory is also disregarded. Then we have the pre-Proto-Harappan theory. This is one of the most accepted theory. So what does this theory say? So according to this theory, pre-Proto-Harappan theory, it says that pre-Proto-Harappan culture. So this pre-Proto-Harappan culture, it says that the civilization, it had a gradual development. So इंडस वैली civilization जो है उसका एक gradual development हुआ था, उसका एक gradual development हुआ था. तो ये क्या है ये, मतलब इसके एविडेंस क्या है कि gradual development हुआ था, हम लोग वो डिस्कस करेंगे अब. तो इन आवर प्रीवियस लेक्चर, हम लोग जो प्रीवियस लेक्चर हम लोगों ने डिस्कस किया, व्हाट वाज इट? इट वाज अबाउट द स्टोन एजेस, राइट? हम लोग स्टोन एजेस के बारे में हम लोगों ने डिस्कस किया. सो व्हेन आई वाज डिस्कसिंग अबाउट द स्टोन एज विथ यू, we divided the stone age into Paleolithic age, Mesolithic age and Neolithic age. Based on the development and archaeological evidences and the usage of tools, we divided the stone age into 3 different ages. And when we were discussing about this Neolithic age, I told you that the Neolithic age, it is considered as a revolution in the human history. Neolithic age को एक revolution माना जाता है human history में. क्यों? Because of many different reasons, but two important developments happened during Neolithic age. Neolithic age के 2 important developments हुए जिसके वजह से Neolithic age को एक revolutionary age माना जाता है. क्या थे वो 2 important developments? एक तो था agriculture, एक तो था agriculture और दूसरा था wheel, जिसका invention of wheel. So invention of wheel and practice of agriculture. See, when we talk about agriculture, in some of the areas agriculture was practiced way before, during Mesolithic age only. Mesolithic age के दौरान ही agriculture practice शुरू किया गया था, but it was confined only to few areas. But during Neolithic age, we can see it was vastly practiced in many parts of India. So because of agriculture, हम लोगों ने देखा कि because of agriculture, it leads to urbanization. Agriculture leads to urbanization. इसका जो लिंकेज है वो मैंने प्रीवियस लेक्चर में एक्सप्लेन कर दिया है. फिर भी अगर मतलब फिर भी मैं इधर आपको एक्सप्लेन करूँगी. ओके, हाउ डज एग्रीकल्चर लीड टू अर्बनाइजेशन? इन द Paleolithic age and Neolithic age, the Paleolithic age and, sorry, not Neolithic, this is Mesolithic. Sorry very much. So in the Paleolithic age and Mesolithic age, we have seen that man lead a life of a nomad. Man led a nomadic life. That is, he moved from one place to another place in search of food. So man, his major source of sustenance was hunting and gathering. And for hunting and gathering, he moved from one place to another place. So that is why he led a nomadic life. He has to move from A to B. He had to move from different places. So that's why he led a nomadic life. But during Neolithic culture, during Neolithic age, what happened during Neolithic age? One important discovery was agriculture. One important discovery was practicing of agriculture. When Neolithic man, he started practicing agriculture, there was no need for him to move from one place to another place. Okay? Neolithic man can now go for settlement. Neolithic man can go for settlements now. So that is the reason why agriculture led to settled villages. Agriculture led to settled villages because agriculture takes time, okay? it takes time for the crop to grow. So you have to, the man who practices agriculture, he has to stay at one place, take care of the crop till he harvests the crop. So that is the reason why he started staying at one place, which led to settlement of villages. This settlement of villages it then laid the foundation for transformation of a culture into a civilization. How does settlement of village transfer a culture into civilization? See, not only settlement of villages help in transformation of a culture into civilization, the wheel also helped, okay? Because wheel had two important purposes. What was it? One was it was used to make pottery. Wheel made pottery was the major advancement which happened in Neolithic age. And apart from that, wheel, it also helped in transportation. Because of wheel helping in transportation, the surplus agriculture produced, it was transported and traded to different parts. Okay, the agriculture surplus, जो भी surplus produce होता था, it was transported and traded. जब भी surplus produce होता है, see, surplus production in any society, it leads to urbanization. How? Surplus production will lead to urbanization. Why? Because when you have surplus, there is no need for you to practice, there is no need for everyone to practice agriculture. See, surplus is nothing but surplus of food. So when you have surplus food, there is no need for everyone to practice agriculture. So when you have surplus, not everyone are practicing agriculture. Means diversification is happening. So diversification हो रहा है. Okay? सब लोग agriculture practice नहीं कर रहे हैं. Diversification of labor हो रहा है. मतलब क्या? और diversification of works हो रहा है. मतलब क्या? थोड़े लोग pottery practice कर रहे हैं, थोड़े लोग painting कर रहे हैं, थोड़े लोग trade and commerce में हैं, थोड़े लोग ज्वेलरी डिज़ाइन करते हैं, थोड़े लोग आर्किटेक्चर के ऊपर ध्यान देते हैं. ये थोड़े एग्जाम्पल्स है, ओके, दीज आर जस्ट एग्जाम्पल्स. सो whenever you have surplus production in your society, it leads to diversification and even division of labor. Not everyone is practicing agriculture now. Different people are practicing different things. What is urbanization? What is the definition of urbanization? What is the definition of urbanization in present context? Like what is the definition to declare a particular town as an urban town? One is based on its population. What is more than 5,000 people should be there. Apart from that, the second major condition to declare a particular city as urban city is, what is that? More than 75% of economic activity should be secondary or tertiary activities. Okay, it should not be primary activity. Here, when surplus production is there, people will move from agriculture to other works. This is nothing but diversification of labor is, diversification of workforce is happening and division of labor is happening, and this will lead to urbanization because majority of the people are not practicing agriculture because already they have surplus production in agriculture. So how is this related to our theory? Because pre and proto Harappan theory, it says that the Harappan civilization which we are studying now, it is nothing but the result of a gradual development of or a gradual conversion of the Neolithic culture into a civilization. The Neolithic cultures only, some cultures they developed, okay, some cultures they developed and they started using metals, okay, bronze, copper metals we used, and those cultures only in future they developed into Harappan civilization. So this was the theory which was given by, supported by this pre and proto-Harappan, see, pre and proto-Harappan culture. So according to this theory, Indus Valley civilization was not because was not developed by foreigners, and it is not the development of foreigners and Indians. Okay, it disregarded both these theories, and it says that Indus Valley civilization, it is purely 100% indigenous civilization. Okay, it is 100% indigenous civilization, which was a result of a gradual change of Neolithic cultures into Harappan civilization. Okay. Then we'll see the division of Harappan civilization. So Harappan civilization, based on the different kinds of developments happened, or based on, and even based on the archaeological evidences, we can see the Harappan civilization divided into early Harappan, mature Harappan, and later Harappan. Okay, early Harappan, mature Harappan, and late Harappan, and the time period is from 4800 BC to 2600 BC is a time period given for early Harappan. Then for mature Harappan, it is 2600 to 1800 BC, and for later Harappan, it is 1800 to 1400 BC. So ये जो time periods है, ये आपको याद होनी चाहिए क्योंकि ये बहुत important है. और ये जो भी हम लोग हरप्पन सिविलाइजेशन के बारे में पढ़ेंगे, ओके, उसका टाउन प्लानिंग, उसका ड्रेनेज सिस्टम, और जो भी हम लोग कह रहे हैं कि ये एक बहुत एडवांस्ड सिविलाइजेशन है, ये जो भी हम लोग पढ़ रहे हैं, जो भी साइट्स हम लोग पढ़ रहे हैं, वो इसी पीरियड की है, मेच्योर हरप्पन की. क्योंकि जो अर्ली हरप्पन, ओके, ड्यूरिंग अर्ली हरप्पन देवर ओनली स्मॉल टाउन्स लाइक आमरी, कोडीजी, ऐसे छोटे छोटे टाउन्स ही अर्ली हरप्पन टाइम पीरियड में डेवलप हुए थे. बट मेच्योर हरप्पन टाइम पीरियड में आप लोग देख सकते हैं एक अर्बन सिविलाइजेशन का डेवलप होना. इस मेच्योर हरप्पन में हम लोग देखेंगे इंपॉर्टेंट साइट्स सच एज हरप्पा, राखीगढ़ी, मोहनजोदारो, ये बहुत, और ढोलावीरा, लोथाल. सो दीज वे सम ऑफ द इंपॉर्टेंट साइट्स विच वी आर गोइंग टू रीड और स्टडी इन मेच्योर हरप्पन. एंड ड्यूरिंग लेटर हरप्पन, लेटर हरप्पन जो कि शुरू होता था 1800 BC से, सम थोड़े लोग 1400 BC भी कहते हैं. सो आफ्टर 1700 और 1800 BC वी कैन सी अ डिक्लाइन इन द हरप्पन सिविलाइजेशन. और ये जो डिक्लाइनिंग फेज है हरप्पन सिविलाइजेशन का, उसके बारे में हम लोग लेट हरप्पन टाइम पीरियड में पढ़ेंगे. ओके, नाउ विल डिस्कस अबाउट द टाउन प्लानिंग. टाउन प्लानिंग ऑफ इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन. सो ये एक बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक है बिकॉज इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन इट इज नोन फॉर इट्स town planning. Okay, Indus Valley civilization, it is known for its town planning, so that is the reason why we have to learn about it. So when it comes to town planning, you can see the city is usually divided into two parts. Majority of the Indus Valley cities आप देख सकते हैं कि two parts में divide हुए हैं. एक तो है western part and eastern part. western part को citadel कहते हैं, जो एक फोर्ट के जैसा थोड़े हाइट पे कंस्ट्रक्ट किया जाता था. ओके, सिटाडल इट इज यूजुअली कंस्ट्रक्टेड ऑन अ पेडेस्टल एट अ पर्टिकुलर हाइट, एंड इन द ईस्टर्न साइड ऑफ द टाउन यू कैन सी द लोअर टाउन, इट इज कॉल्ड लोअर टाउन. इन दिस सिटाडल we usually see people who belong to upper class and people who work for the king or who work in some kind of administration. They usually lived in the citadel, and in lower town common people used to live. और जो भी एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव बिल्डिंग्स हैं वो आपको सिटाडल में मिलते हैं. पहले तो हम लोग लोअर टाउन के बारे में डिस्कस करेंगे. तो ये रहा एक जनरल आइडिया आपको लोअर टाउन के बारे में. तो आप देख सकते हैं कि ग्रिड सिस्टम में था. जो भी टाउन है वो एक ग्रिड फॉर्म में था. ऑल द रोड्स दे इंटरसेक्टेड ईच अदर एट द राइट एंगल. जो भी इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन के रोड्स थे वो एक दूसरे को राइट एंगल पे इंटरसेक्ट करते थे. तो फॉर एग्जाम्पल दिस इज अ लोअर टाउन, दिस इज अ सिटी, this is a citadel, and this is a lower town. So when it comes to lower town, in the middle you can see a bazaar, market. Then this market was connected on all the four sides through main roads. So these are the main roads. Okay. Then this main road here used to have small houses. Okay. All these houses, they were present in the form of a grid. तो इधर हम लोग देख सकते हैं कि ये सिटाडल है जो कि वेस्टर्न पार्ट ऑफ द टाउन में है, और ये है ईस्टर्न पार्ट ऑफ द टाउन जिसे कि बोला जाता था लोअर टाउन. ओके. सो इन द लोअर सिटी वी हैव सीन दैट देयर वाज अ central, in the center there was a bazaar, or bazaar kind of, we can say market kind of thing. And this market, there were 4 different roads leading to this market, and these roads they were known as main road. इसे main road कहा जाता था. और जो भी 4 parts में city divide होता था, उस ये छोटे छोटे घर हैं, और ये जो घरों का जो entrance था, okay, the house, the entrance or the main gates of these house, they never opened towards the main town, main city. Okay, the entrance of these houses, it never opened to the main road, and this was a kind of town planning which was done. Apart from that, you can even see, apart from that, we can even see that burnt bricks were used. Burned bricks, or we can say baked bricks. Burned bricks or baked bricks were used. Okay, burned bricks or burned bricks or baked bricks were used in the construction of these houses. ये जो घर थे ये burned bricks से बनाए गए थे. Why this particular thing? Okay, why is this thing important? ये जो burned bricks का चीज़ है ये क्यों important है? Because the use of burned bricks shows the advancement, especially the engineering advancement of the Indus Valley people. Indus Valley people का जो कंस्ट्रक्शन में उनकी जो नॉलेज थी उसके बारे में हम लोग ये यूसेज ऑफ बर्न्ड ब्रिक्स के थ्रू देख सकते थे. क्योंकि जो भी कंटेम्प्रेरी सिविलाइजेशंस थी, जैसे कि आप देख सकते हैं इजिप्शियन सिविलाइजेशन या मेसोपोटामियन सिविलाइजेशन, दोनों सिविलाइजेशंस में बर्न ब्रिक्स यूज़ नहीं किया जाता था. बोथ द सिविलाइजेशन, मेसोपोटामियन सिविलाइजेशन, दे यूज्ड बर्न ब्रिक्स बट इट वाज वेरी लिमिटेड. They mostly used sun-dried bricks. Okay, and in Egyptian civilization also, they used sun-dried bricks only. That is the reason why Indus Valley civilization, it is considered as one of the advanced civilization. उसका टाउन प्लानिंग एक रीज़न है. टाउन प्लानिंग में भी जिस तरीके से टाउन प्लान किया गया था, जिस तरीके से घर बनाए गए थे, कौन सी चीज़ें यूज़ की गई थी, उसके वजह से भी हम लोग देख सकते हैं कि इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन, इट वाज अ वेरी एडवांस्ड सिविलाइजेशन. दीज बर्न ब्रिक्स वर यूज्ड, एंड दीज बर्न ब्रिक्स दे वर ग्लूड टुगेदर थ्रू mortar and gypsum. Mortar and gypsum, they were used to glue this bricks. Okay, and grid system was followed very systematically. It was planned, and if you take each house, okay, if you take each house, majority of the houses in the Indus Valley cities, okay, in the Indus Valley city, majority of the houses, they had their own wells. Double-storied houses were there, and even how did we come to a conclusion that double-story houses were there? Because the walls of some of the houses, they were the width of the walls, it was more, okay, very wide. The walls of some of the houses, it was very wide. From that we can conclude that double-storied houses were there, and at the same time staircases were also present in the house. That shows that double-stored houses were there. And apart from that, we have to see about the drainage system. Indus Valley civilization, it is known for its drainage system, how they managed the drainage, because each house, they used to have their own drains. Okay, each house used to have their own drains, and those drains, those drains, they were then connected to the main drain. Okay, those drains, they were then connected to the main drain, and this main drain, it was present along the main road. Okay, along the main road, the main drains were present, and though all the small drains, they went and they were connected to the main drain. So in this way, and even these drains were covered. Okay, these drains were covered, and some holes were provided. Okay, some holes were provided so that uh, whenever they want to clean, they can open that hole, they can open that, and then they can go and clean the drain. So this was the kind of advancement which we can see in case of drainage system of the Indus Valley civilization. So now we discussed about the town planning, and now we'll discuss about the citadel. Here we learned about the lower town. Okay, lower town, the grid system which was followed in the planning of the lower town. Now we discuss about the citadel. What was the role of the citadel? Usually we have seen that administrative buildings were constructed in the citadel. In the citadel, we have seen the presence of administrative buildings. The entry of common people, it was restricted in the citadel, and there were many major buildings such as public baths were present. These public baths, they were used for ritualistic bathing, and we have granaries present in citadel. Citadel में हम लोगों को granaries मिलती हैं, और citadel में हम लोगों को majority of administrative buildings मिलती हैं, और and in citadel only we have seen the presence of public baths. The best example for the public bath is, what is that? What is that? The great bath. Here is a picture of great bath. See, this is a picture of the great bath. Great bath, this is also present in the citadel of Mohenjo-daro. Here you can see the great bath. We'll discuss about it when we are discussing about Mohenjo-daro. Okay. Here you can see there are steps on both the sides of the great bath, and even there are changing rooms around the great bath. And we have now come to a conclusion that the great bath might have been used for ritualistic bathing. Okay. So when you see about the division of city, when you see the division of city in the lower town and the citadel, you can make some references. What is the references? It shows the division of society. There is some kind of division in the society. These are common people, and these are the people who belong to the upper class and people, or ruling class, we can say upper class and ruling class people. They lived in the citadel. This shows the division of society. There was social hierarchy. So these are some of the references which we can make by seeing the division in the town planning of the Indus Valley civilization. Next, we will discuss about the seals. Seals. This topic, it is very important, because when I was discussing about the archaeological evidences, okay, when I was discussing about the sources, we discussed about the archaeological evidences and how how archaeological evidences, they play a very important role in reconstruction of our history. Because when it comes to Indus Valley civilization, we have seen that we have limited literature. Okay? Not limited, we don't have any literature. Even if it is present in the form of a sign language which we are not able to decipher. हम लोगों को अब तक इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन की स्क्रिप्ट समझ में नहीं आई है, इसीलिए हम लोग मोस्टली आर्कियोलॉजिकल एविडेंसेस के ऊपर रिलाई करते हैं इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन के बारे में जानने के लिए. और उसमें ये जो सील्स हैं, ये बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट रोल प्ले करते हैं. दीज सील्स आर नथिंग बट दे आर मेड ऑफ स्टेटाइट. ये जो सील्स आप देख रहे हैं, ये स्टेटाइट की बनी हुई है, और डिफरेंट काइंड्स ऑफ मोटिव्स. ओके, डिफरेंट काइंड्स ऑफ मोटिव्स, एनिमल एंड ह्यूमन. ओके, बोथ एनिमल and human. Both animal and human motifs are printed on it. Okay, both animal and human motifs are printed on it, and these are some of the examples of seals. This is humpback seal, and this is a seal of a unicorn. And here something is written in the sign language which belongs to the Harappan civilization. We have not deciphered it. We don't know what they have written. We think that okay, it might be talking about the owner or the name of some particular person. Okay, so these are the seals. What is the use of these seals? What are the uses of these seals? So, one major important use of this seal is, one is for trade purposes. So, we think that they used seal for trade purposes. In what way? First is as a medium of exchange. So, seal को as a medium के जैसे मतलब पैसों के जैसे भी यूज़ किया गया होगा. Okay. दूसरा, it might have been used as a medium of exchange and even for sealing any good. कोई भी गुड को सील करने के लिए भी, सील को सीलिंग करने के लिए भी यूज़ किया गया था. क्या है ये सीलिंग? सी इन द एंशिएंट टाइम पीरियड व्हेन you transport, like in the ancient time period, whenever the trade was happening, it was not happening from point A to point B. Okay, it was not happening like this. जो भी आप लॉन्ग ट्रेड देखेंगे, मतलब फॉर एग्जाम्पल अब मेसोपोटामिया और इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन के बीच में ही अगर समझिए ट्रेड हो रहा है तो डायरेक्टली हो नहीं रहा था. दे वे सम मिडिल मैन. ओके, गुड्स वे नॉट ट्रांसफर्ड फ्रॉम अ पर्सन ए टू पर्सन बी. ओके, दे वर सम पर्सन वन. ओके, ए और बी, जो भी ए और बी के बीच में जो भी गुड्स ट्रांसफर होते थे वो डायरेक्टली नहीं होते थे. सब मिडिल मैन वे देयर. ओके, टू अवॉइड टैम्परिंग ऑफ गुड्स बाय दिस मिडिल मैन, सील्स वे यूज्ड टू सील दैट पर्टिकुलर प्रोडक्ट. प्रोडक्ट को सील करने के लिए, ताकि कोई भी बीच में उसे टैम्पर ना कर पाए. ट्रेड के दौरान सील को यूज़ किया जाता था. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट, सील्स आर ऑल्सो यूज्ड. इसीलिए आप देख सकते हैं जो भी मेसोपोटामियन सिविलाइजेशन है और इजिप्शियन सिविलाइजेशन है, उनके सील्स हमें इंडिया में मिलती हैं. पर्शियन सिविलाइजेशन के भी, मेसोपोटामियन सिविलाइजेशन के सील्स भी हमें इंडिया में मिलती हैं. एंड अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट, इंडियन सील्स, जो भी इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन के जो सील्स हैं वो हमें मेसोपोटामिया में मिलते हैं. ओके, दिस शोज दैट सील वे used in the trade and commerce for as a medium of exchange or for sealing any good. Okay, apart from that, we have discovered or we have recovered some seals which had holes. There were some seals recovered which had holes in it. That shows that seals, they might have also used these seals as amulets. Okay, they might have also used these seals as amulets, and they even have auspicious purposes. So these seals, they also had religious purposes, because if you see the picture, if you see this picture, here you can see, here this is a seal which has swastik mark on it. Okay, this seal, it had swastik mark on it. Okay, so this seal they might have used for religious purposes. Then we have the seal of Pashupati. This is a seal of Pashupati in which a person with a 3-horned gear, he is sitting in a yogic posture, and there are different animals on all the 4 sides. What are these? There is a tiger, elephant, rhino and a bull, and there are 2 deers near his legs. So the seal of Pasupati, and the person who is sitting in the yogic posture, he is considered as Proto-Shiva, the earliest form of Shiva. Is considered as Proto-Shiva. So seals are also used for religious purposes. And majority of the seals of Indus Valley civilization, they had either square shape, they are either in square shape or in rectangle shape. These rectangle shaped seals, they usually had only script. Okay, they only had script, no motifs. We have not seen any motifs. But this square shaped seals, they usually had motifs of animals. Animals like elephant, rhino, crocodile, goat, unicorn, then humpback bull. So these were some of the animals which we have seen on the seals. Okay. Apart from that, we can even refer some things from the seal. See, seals, they had different animals, right? Each seal, they had different kinds of animals. From that, we can refer that these seals, they belong to one particular community. For example, if there is an elephant seal, so they might be some particular community which had elephant as a symbol for this community. आप समझ रहे हो मैं क्या बोल रही हूँ? मैं ये बोलना चाहती हूँ कि हमारे पास बहुत प्रकार के सील्स हैं, ओके, बहुत प्रकार के सील्स हैं और अलग अलग सील्स में अलग अलग मोटिव्स एनिमल के प्रिंटेड है. तो हम लोग इससे ये भी समझ सकते हैं कि इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन में शायद बहुत प्रकार की कम्युनिटीज़ थी और एक एक कम्युनिटी का एक अलग ही आइडेंटिटी मार्क था. ओके, फॉर एग्जांपल देयर वाज अ कम्युनिटी विच हैड एन आइडेंटिटी मार्क लाइक एलिफेंट एज इट्स ओन आइडेंटिटी. सो हम लोग सील्स पढ़ के वो कम्युनिटी के बारे में भी जान सकते हैं. हमें अब प्रेजेंटली तो उनका स्क्रिप्ट नहीं पता, हम सील से उनको एसोसिएट कर सकते हैं. नाउ प्रेजेंटली अगर आप देखेंगे तो पूरे दुनिया में एक एक कंट्री का अलग अलग ओन फ्लैग है, नेशनल फ्लैग. सो इन द सेम वे सील्स ऑफ डिफरेंट कम्युनिटी, हम लोग सील्स को क्या कंसिडर कर सकते हैं कि एक एक सील और एक एक सिंबल अलग अलग कम्युनिटी को बिलोंग करता था और इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन में शायद अलग अलग कम्युनिटीज़ थी जिसके अलग अलग सील्स थे. ओके, सो दिस वॉज इट गाइज. इन टूडेज क्लास वी हैव डिस्कस्ड अबाउट द इंट्रोडक्शन ऑफ इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन. नॉमनक्लेचर हम लोगों ने डिस्कस किया, क्या क्या डिबेट्स है नॉमनक्लेचर के बारे में वो डिस्कस किया. और उसके बाद हम लोगों ने डिस्कस किया उसके ऑरिजिन थ्योरी के ऊपर कितने सारे डिबेट्स हैं वो भी हम लोगों ने डिस्कस किया. एंड देन वी डिस्कस्ड अबाउट द क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ हरप्पन कल्चर बेस्ड ऑन आर्कियोलॉजिकल एविडेंसेस, वो हम लोगों ने डिस्कस किया. और उसके बाद हम लोगों ने टाउन प्लानिंग डिस्कस किया. और नेक्स्ट वी डिस्कस्ड अबाउट द सील, इट्स इम्पॉर्टेंस, इन वॉट वे सील्स आर यूज्ड, व्हाट आर द डिफरेंट यूजेस ऑफ सील, ये सब हम लोगों ने हमारे इस क्लास में डिस्कस किया. तो अगली क्लास में हम लोग इंपॉर्टेंट साइट्स ऑफ इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन डिस्कस करेंगे और सोसाइटी, लैंग्वेज, लिटरेचर, आर्ट, आर्किटेक्चर वो डिस्कस करेंगे और डिक्लाइन ऑफ इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे. तो प्लीज़ आप लोग आर एस शर्मा की बुक में से ये पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन प्लीज़ पढ़ के आइए ताकि आपको ईजिली हमारे नेक्स्ट क्लास समझ में आ जाए. तो दिस वॉज इट गाइज. Please work hard, please study very hard because this is the time you have. Okay, don't waste it. Revise as much as possible. Don't just read lots of books. Please revise. Even if you're reading one book, revise it. अगर आप एक भी बुक पढ़ रहे हो, अगर आप सिर्फ आर एस शर्मा पढ़ रहे हो एंशिएंट इंडिया के, वो भी अगर आप बार बार पढ़ेंगे तो आपको कुछ अलग ही मतलब अलग ही सीखने को मिलेगा उसमें से. ओके, सो नेक्स्ट क्लास के लिए प्लीज़ वेट कीजिए. नेक्स्ट क्लास वी विल बी अपलोडिंग टुमारो एंड दैट विल बी द एंड ऑफ इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन फॉर टुडे. ओके, थैंक यू.